To my channel. Today we're making cube steak, sweet peas, and mashed potatoes. I have here a family pack of cube steak, potatoes, 3 cans of sweet peas. Seasonings I'm using is Parsley Flakes, onion powder, Louisiana Seasoning, Paprika. Also going to need Worcestershire Sauce, browning sauce, seasoning salt, and minced garlic. Ingredients you will also need is your choice of cooking oil. I use vegetable oil, sugar or sweetener of your choice, all-purpose flour, salt, and black pepper. We're going to start with our brown gravy mix. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of browning sauce, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, one teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, two teaspoons, make that. I'm going to add our seasoning salt. I have 2 teaspoons of seasoning salt. One teaspoon of paprika. And please make sure that you're still stirring in between here, because once you add that browning, your sauce will start to get thick on you, and you don't want it to stick at the bottom. That's 2 teaspoons there of parsley flakes. And you see me there stirring again. Just making sure nothing is sticking at the bottom. Here I have 1 whole sweet Vidalia onion. I have it sliced and then I have some diced. I'm going to add a few of the sliced onions. I like to put sliced onions in my gravy because I like for it to be long and drape over. So I had the top on it and I had it sitting there and it cooking for about a good 2 to 3 minutes, and I kept checking it. Here I'm adding some cornstarch. I'm going to get a cup, and I'm going to end up putting 2 teaspoons of cornstarch with 3 teaspoons of water, and I'm going to stir that up, and I'm going to add it to my gravy mix. Now, there's a lot of different ways of making gravy. You can make it by doing your roux and having it with the flour and browning it, or you can make it this way using the liquid browning, or you can make it with the brown gravy mix. I make them all ways, and this time I decided to just do what I call the half-ass way, and that's with the liquid browning. Make sure to stir your mixture up real good before adding it to your gravy, that there's no lumps of the cornstarch that will make what you call dumplings inside of your gravy, and you don't want that. When adding your mixture, make sure you're stirring at the same time. This will start to thicken up on you, and it's going to thicken up pretty quickly, and you want to keep stirring. If you feel that this consistency is not thick enough for you, then you want to repeat the cornstarch steps again and add just a little bit more to your gravy. If y'all hear my son in the background, I do apologize for that. He is in his room. I have my door closed. He's in his room with his door closed, and yet I can still hear him. He's playing that game live, and you know how they get. So I'm going to keep stirring and keep stirring here, making sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Now I'm going to rinse off my cube steak, season it up real good, and flour it, and get my frying pan hot with a little bit of vegetable oil. Once the frying pan is hot, I'm going to place down one of my cube steaks. When it's nice and brown on the side, it has been cooking for about 2 minutes. You're going to flip it. Cook for another 2 minutes on the other side. And then you're going to add it to your gravy. You're going to do that for all of your cube steaks and continue to add them to your gravy as you're cooking them. And the flour on the cube steak as well is going to thicken up your gravy even more. And make sure that you're still stirring your gravy as you're cooking your cube steak, and you're not letting that cube steak stick to the bottom. When you finish with that, you're going to smother the top with the remainder of your sliced onions and put a top on it and smother it for about another 5 minutes, and your gravy should look like that. I have here some soaked potatoes that I've diced up and cleaned, and I diced up about 6 potatoes. I'm going to put it in my pot that I have here of boiling water that's ready for me. And I'm going to boil these potatoes for about a good 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how you like your mashed potatoes. I like my mashed potatoes to be whippy, but yet still have some solid consistencies of potatoes throughout the mashed potatoes. Once I've rinsed and strained my potatoes, I'm going to add them to my pot of boiling water. And once again, you're going to boil these for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once I finish boiling my potatoes, I'm going to pour out the water. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of butter. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of milk. And I'm going to stir that up. Once I get it mashed and stirred, I'm going to smooth it out and put a little bit of paprika. And I'm also going to put a little bit of parsley on the top. It should look like that. Now let's get on to these sweet peas. I have a pot that is already hot. Been sitting on the stove. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. To this pot, I'm going to add my diced onions that I had chopped up. We use the sliced onions for our gravy, and the diced onions are going to go into your sweet peas. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning salt. And that's about 1 teaspoon of seasoning salt. I added all 3 cans of my sweet peas, and I did not add the juice that was in the can. I strained them, and then I added 2 cups of fresh water with a 1 to 2 teaspoons of sugar. Once it's cooked for about 15 minutes, it should look like that, and there you go. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give me a thumbs up. Please like this video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you'll like for me to cook next Sunday. If this is a meal that you'll like to cook or try, and if you've tried it, please let me know how you liked it and how yours turned out. And also, let me know, what would you have cooked with this meal? Or what do you like with your cube steaks? Or what would you have done different? Until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.